pulling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a million.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set. 14 on it. 14 on it. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
Brings up third down and 6.
44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
On third down, Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, a minute. Mike's both bows. I'm coming. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
This is Ingram on first and 10. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On the draw, this is Ingram. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Tight, guys, double tight. Hey, hey, hey. You got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And some room to maneuver. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
180. 57 to Mike. You must be true. Slam, slam, slam. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. He's coming. Double up, double up. What we got, what we got? Right there.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm going back to you.
Let's go, great.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Smooth.
57's Mike. 57's Mike. Check tight.
Now Foles. He's got the hook up with Conley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
First down, Jacksonville.
Tempo.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Big ass. Kill. Hey, turn it out.
Tiger.
No.
Here we go.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
You better bring it. Check.
What we got?
Crouch.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
64.
No game on this defense.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 57. Tackles. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
They'll set up a throw. The open man is Westbrook. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Hey, sound one.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. 6 guys. Check 6.
Now Doug Marrone, with the play clock almost out, says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lambo will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. That's it. It's going to be a long day. 44. Mike, 44. And come on out here. Come get some.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, the linebacker Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Set, go. Mike 50, Mike 50. I'm here all day.
Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for them. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Kill.
Go.
Now Leonard Fournette. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Strip that ball.
Water.
Foles. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
What we got?
57, come on. 57.
Hey, Wahoo!
57, Mike, 57.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
57 to Mike.
Hey, shoot!
Not today, Ron. Not today. 57's to Mike. Watch 57. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Watch the run.
Great.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Watch the screen.
Hey, Foxtrot.
What are you?
They'll look to throw. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
X3, 218, chop.
Watch the shot. Check. Lucky. Shoot.
Yeah, let's go.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
You got it.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Kill.
He'll get it up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Check, 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 check.
Pick, pick.
Mike 57. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Spot. Easy.
No.
Here's Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Josh Lambo, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson out to his left, being chased out left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Don't let him breathe. Play that top deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Out. Alert flare.
Kill.
Check.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Caught here by Conley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley, 57 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Now Jackson, buying time to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. Now Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. He's got daylight. 30. The 20. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, and normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. Taking it about the 36. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Under.
Back to throw now on first down. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's got this down to the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
2nd and 4. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Josh Oliver, 69 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Jaguars 31, Ravens nothing. Josh Lambeau, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
It's our time.
Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Let's go, D.
We got Mike 50. Mike 50.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Hey, here we go. I got you.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Show it up.
Silence.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, cadence. Here we go.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Switch.
Check 50. Check 50.
Watch the edge. Check your hot read.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Wide 80.
Check 26.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Silence.
Check 52.
Bang.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st down, Jaguars.
180.
Watch twist.
Flat.
Check.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Armstead. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Good. 380.
Bound to lose one. Back. Tight dog.
What is it?
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th
You
down.
better be afraid of me.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Set. 180.
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
To go.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Check 9, check 9.
Let's go.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Slam, slam.
Hit him.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Kill, kill, kill.
Set. Go.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 180.
36. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Why? Get wide. Hey, alert.
Hey, let's go. Great.
Check 4. Jam. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now it's Jackson looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 34.
Make these babies cry.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. They'll try and run it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Jackson. That is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here's Jackson to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
50. Here we go, D, get up.
Again, Jackson on the move to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
44's the mic. Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Picked off inside the 10. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Go, go, go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And this is incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jackson now, flush to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Calais Campbell, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Josh Allen, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
49, check 49, check 49, check 37.
Pick.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
980.
36. I smell fear in that offense.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.